Hello, my name is Carlos Irvan, and today I'm going to show you how, with a few easy steps, you can take a picture like the one you have in the left. By the way, this picture was not taken digitally, and it's about 30 years old. And I had it in a portrait, and I really never bothered to fix it because I figure, for some reason, I don't know why, with the older pictures, it doesn't, it doesn't feel like I should change them. But then I realized, wait a minute, now with all this generative AI, this should be very easy to remove. And it was. And it only took a couple of minutes. So the thing that you're going to notice is not only did I remove all these people in the cars, but it actually generated the rest of the Arc de Triomphe. So that is the two things that I wanted to show you. So basically what you do is, now you need to have a Photoshop Creative Cloud. I may show in another video how to do it with Firefly, but it's better to do it with Photoshop. So basically, once you have your image in Photoshop, so this is Photoshop, right? And you need to have the beta version so that it has this taskbar here, which allows you to generate. So this is the original picture, and I'm just going to show you how I remove all of these things, and then we'll remove a few more things so that you can see how easy it is. Okay, so first thing that I wanted to do is remove that guy. And basically what I did is with the lasso tool, so here is the lasso tool, okay? What I did is I selected this guy and then click generate, all right? And I'll do that at the end so you see how it's done. Then I did the same thing, but for other parts. Okay, so here I remove, so I started, see, so it's removing different parts. See, so I keep removing. Now I remove that car. You could do it all in one step, but I like to do it in few steps, because then what it does is it gives you several options. So for example, here, when it removes that, it gives you the option to either use one or use a different one. Okay, so now, so here, if I click on the mask, it gives you several options. Okay, so let's keep on doing that. So just one step at a time. Oh, so what I wanted to show you is, so basically on this one, all I did is, what you do is in the cropping tool, which is here, what you do is you extend it. So you're doing the opposite of cropping, right? You extend it. And then again, all you do, but instead of the lasso tool, you're gonna use this one, the rectangular selection tool. And you select it, but you need to select it with a little piece of the arc so that the AI knows that it needs to use part of this, otherwise it won't know. So did that, and again, it gave me several options that I could choose from. So keep removing stuff. All right. So let's do a few more so that you see how easy it is. Okay, so let's say I want to remove this thing right here, right? So again, I have right now the lasso tool. So I'm just gonna do this. See, now it's selected. By the way, you can move this thing just by, and I usually put generative fill to see what it does. Okay, and then you click. So it asks you, it's asking you for a prompt. What is it that you want to remove? And I basically did not put anything, and it knows. Okay, so you see, it's interesting. It has several. Let's look at the different variations. So for some reason it didn't do it. Let's try again. I think what happened is I was in the wrong layer. So let's do it again. So it didn't create another layer. I don't like that. So here you can deselect. You see what I didn't like, let me just put it a little bigger. Okay. What I didn't like about that one is that I took a little bit a part of the arc, and obviously I don't want to get rid of that. Okay. All right, that's good enough. By the way, you can expand if you want to, you can expand. You see here, invert selection, transform selection, modify selection, so I could put expand selection, even feather. All right, so let's click now, generative fill. You see here, it's asking me, what do I like to generate? I don't want to generate anything. I want to remove something. To remove and to generate, the only thing that, so I'm actually going to do something that I don't think I'm going to keep in the picture, but I'm going to, right now I'm removing, but I'm going to add something. Okay, so now it did a much better job. I think what happens is there is like a little bit of, what would you call it? Like a shadow or something. Let me see. Okay, so it's giving me different alternatives. Okay, so you see, I have here 3 alternatives. I don't like any of them. So I'm going to click generate again. Actually, this is good that it's happening. That way, if this happens to you, then you know what to do. Now, I'm going to do something that is a little risky, but this will definitely test how good the AI tool is. Okay, so that's a little better. I just don't want to touch this too much because then it doesn't look natural. Okay. I'm going to try once more. Okay, and I'm going to put remove spot. Let's see. I think it's trying to figure out, what do you want me to do? I think it's a given that when you select like a whole person that you're removing that person. But in this case, it's a little bit confused. Oh, now you see, now it works. And again, you have different options. This one is, I like this one better. It looks more natural. So let's see, now we're gonna try something risky. This tree is really bothering me, but I don't think this is possible to do it. Okay, but let's see, maybe I'm wrong. Oh my God, that's amazing. You put a little palm tree. So let's see, I think it's going to be easier to remove the palm tree than remove all of those things. So I'm going to leave the palm tree. Okay. And I'm going to do a selection of the palm tree, because this one is really easy. And actually, I'm gonna just click generate fill, see what it does. That's amazing. Okay, so now let's do something else. I'm gonna put here, okay, and I'm gonna put pigeons. Maybe that's too small for a pigeon. I just want to show you how incredible it is also to add things that don't exist. Okay, so there it is. I'm not too thrilled with that pigeon because it looks too, you know, the colors don't match. Okay, that one you can barely see that it's a pigeon. So I'm actually going to get rid of this one because it's easier to just do it from scratch than to try to fix that one. So first of all, it needs to be a little bigger. Okay, and I'm just gonna put one pigeon, okay? And I'm gonna put pigeon, okay? That doesn't look very natural. You know, it's interesting. I think what's happening is because this is not a digital picture. Maybe that's why it's not recognizing the pixels the same way it would if it were digital. This is a little better. Okay. Let's try it one more time. Actually, we're gonna try something different and see if that works. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is here, I'm gonna tell it to generate, okay, clouds. Let's see. By the way, you know, if something doesn't work, I don't want to, this video is very realistic, you know, it's live, I didn't rehearse it or anything. The pigeon didn't work, I didn't like it, don't use it. It may have something to do with the fact that it's not a digital picture, but so far it's been doing everything exactly as if it were a digital picture. Okay, so here is some clouds. That cloud is a little bit more natural. But then again, not thrilled about the clouds. It doesn't add anything. It actually is another distraction. So if you don't like the clouds, just get rid of the clouds. And the same thing, the pigeon didn't work for me, so let's get rid of the pigeon. But at least you see how these things are done. Now I'm going to do a little bit more editing on this picture, but at least I wanted to show you the, so for example, I can do a little bit more cropping here, right? Wanted to give myself a little bit more space. Oh, and I noticed the arc is a little bit crooked, but I'll fix that later. Again, this is not supposed to be like a Photoshop course. It's just to show you the basics of you know, of how to use the generative AI feature. As a matter of fact, I didn't even like the way it cropped it, so I'm gonna redo the cropping too. Well, thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I encourage you to try it. I mean, again, the reason why I do these videos is because a lot of times Photoshop or this type of videos are done like for advanced people. I'm not advanced at all, and this is meant to be really for beginners.